The National Memorial for Peace and Justice is the country's first remembrance committed to the inheritance of subjugated dark individuals. Individuals threatened by lynching, African Americans mortified by racial isolation and Jim Crow, and ethnic minorities troubled with contemporary assumptions of blame and police brutality. Work on the commemoration started in 2010 when the Equal Justice Initiative staff started researching a great many racial dread lynchings in the American South, a large number of which had never been archived. 6 million dark individuals fled the South as outcast because of these racial feared lynchings. Documented thousands of racial terror lynchings in 12 states. In excess of 4,400 lynchings of dark individuals in the United States in a vicinity of 1877 to 1950. EJI distinguished 800 and bigger number of lynchings than had already been perceived. Racial dread lynchings were rough and open demonstrations of torment that damaged dark individuals all through the nation and were generally endured by state and government authorities. Not at all like the hangings of white individuals and fugitives in groups where there were no working criminal equity framework. Racial dread lynchings in the American South were demonstrations of viciousness at the center of a precise crusade of fear sustained in advancement of an uncalled for social request. These lynchings were psychological oppression. The lynching time left thousands dead. It fundamentally minimized dark individuals in the nation's political, financial, and social frameworks. Lynching, and different types of racial fear-based oppression, exacted profound, awful, and mental injuries on survivors, witnesses, relatives, and the whole African American people group. The National Memorial for Peace and Justice gives a hallowed space to truth-informing and reflection regarding racial psychological warfare and its heritage. Set on a 6-section of land site, the commemoration utilizes figure, workmanship, and configuration to contextualize racial dread. The site incorporates a dedication square with 806 feet landmarks to symbolize a large number of racial fear lynching casualties in the United States and the regions and states where the psychological warfare occurred. These commemoration structures on the focal point on the site is developed of more than 800 quarantine still landmarks.